Boardroom, Chapter 6, 5400 BC. Where's that confounded kid? The kid's mother looked up at him, aimed the point of her pen straight up in the air, and said, "I think he's in Fargo." Father slammed his hand down on the massive table and said very deliberately, "Why is he always late? I've got a job to do this afternoon, and I'll need him there or I'll never get it done. If we could get these meetings done in an hour, we could maybe someday, somehow, get back on schedule. But you're worrying, dear. It may be the death of you." His face broke into a wide but beautiful grin. He was staring at the floor, but soon the corners of his mouth crept upward as his wont. He began to smile and then laugh. The room literally shook with gales of his laughter. Soon joyful tears developed at the corners of both of their eyes. Finally, Mother's laughter eased a little. She looked over at her husband, but when their eyes met again, both regaled into laughter again. Finally, she reached across and touched his huge hand with her silky fingers. His laughter began to break, and she crawled up onto the table. As she did so, her lavender gown fell open. His laughter was now replaced with a grin of passion. She eased her mouth forward and kissed him on the lips. With their lips fastened softly together, he slowly edged his hand toward what he wanted, and with one of hers, she slowly reached for what she wanted. But as she reached farther forward, she began to lose her balance. Suddenly she slipped and fell forward right into his lap, her perfect derriere covering what she wanted. Amazingly, their lips had not parted, but as she sat catawampus on him, their passions wavered back into the comedic phase, and their laughter returned with even more intensity than before. Finally, they both reached comedic exhaustion and just sat there staring at one another, unable to move. "Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad." The door to the room suddenly opened, and Junior popped in. He was a big, strong, well-muscled boy with piercing golden eyes. His mother quickly stood, pulled herself together, straightened her long waist-length hair, and walked around the table to her chair. Father stood and straightened his robe. "Hi, Junior." His face was red as a beet. "Mom, Dad, can't you get enough of that at night? You got 8 hours each and every night to have fun." His hands were on his hips as he shook his head in disgust, but there was a telltale smile on his face. "Where you been, son?" his mother asked. "Oh, here and there. You know, if you could for once be on time, we could stay on schedule. Because of your tardiness, we're constantly running behind." By this time, Junior had sprawled out on one of the recliner rockers and eased the head back. "You guys know if you would find me a woman, I'd straighten up. Just make me a woman to love, and I'll be on time every day." "I'm working on that, son, but in the—" "Where is she? What's her name?" His father raised up his right hand, and Junior looked down, realizing he was no closer to love than he had been the day before, or the day before that. He covered his ears and vowed not to listen today. "Junior!" His father's powerful voice literally shook the room. "Yes, sir." "Could you please listen? We've got a lot of work to do today, and I'd like to be finished by nightfall instead of a midnight for once." "Son, there's a party tonight. We can't be late. Aunt Mary's birthday, remember? Is Uncle Joe coming?" Junior adored his Uncle Joe. His uncle was a master artisan, and Junior had learned a great deal from him. "Yes, he'll be there. Is your tux clean?" his mother asked. "I think so." Junior wasn't sure. "Could you check on it, Mom? Sounds like I got a busy day ahead, thanks to old Pops here. Ain't that right, old man?" His father screwed up his face and gave his son a stare that pierced right through Junior. Junior turned to his mother and said, "He'd like to pop me one hard enough to send me to the moon over there, but he needs me." Junior sat back beaming. His father still had a deep frown on his face. "I'll check on your tux, dear. Now you two please try and get along today. My old heart can't take all this turmoil anymore." "What are you doing today, Mom?" "Oh, I got to do some final touch-up work on that work of art your father started but didn't finish." "I'd help you, but I got too much other stuff going on today." "Honey, do we have any visitors arriving to the meeting today?" she asked her husband. He thought for a minute, then said, "Think a couple. Let me see that agenda again." She slid the embossed sheet of paper over to him and winked as her little finger lightly touched his. Junior caught the sign and said, "Mom, will you quit it? I can't believe you two. Save it for the bedroom, please." Then he muttered, "Parents," under his breath.